Hey guys. Um, I might post a video of me attempting to sing. I'm not a singer by any means. I'm just trying to be creative. My cousin died this morning. He was only 32. He had Huntington's, which is like this horrible rare disease that usually you get kind of later in life. And his mother had it, and she's well into her 50s, 60s, I believe, and still, suffering from it. And my cousin was 32, and it was severely progressive. So we kind of knew it was coming, but you just never know when it's someone's time. He was the second eldest to me. I'm basically the eldest of six, and it's hard. It's hard to fathom, imagine coming to the understanding that the second eldest to our family and our siblings is gone. For all those that have been through similar situations, I wish you all the love and hugs and positive vibrations that it can give. But I've always been trying to sing a little bit, and sometimes I think I sound pretty good, and then times like now I think I sound like shit. Maybe it's because my emotions and my voice and whatever, but I'm trying to just do anything I can to honor him. I only found out this morning. Basically, he was not doing well. Over the last 5 to 7 years, he really, since 2015 or something, or 17, one of the two. My little brother's wedding was the last hurrah we all had together, and not long after that, he went homeless and wasn't telling the family, and we all just didn't understand, and he kept disappearing on us. It was really hard for us to find him and meet up with him, and I don't know anyone that's dealt with homelessness and how hard it is to stay in touch with your loved ones and to find them when they're using library computers and stuff like that. You understand. But basically, we knew he was homeless for a good 2 years, and he kept kind of showing up at my grandma's house, and he was starting to not he was starting to see things that weren't there, hearing voices, stuff like that, and we thought he was just having maybe a psychotic break of some kind because his mother was deteriorating, and you just never know. We had no idea that such a thing was genetic and passed down, and it was a topic for many years of trying to see which family members should, get a testing and be prepared, I guess, but we just never expected it to hit so quickly, so soon in his 20s. And so it was a shock when he was finally found and brought to the Edmonton hospital, and he's been there for the past 5 years. He was normal for the most part, active, visiting the nurses, flirting, walking around all the time. He was allowed to come out and go for coffee and do stuff. He just had to technically stay in the hospital, and the doctors had no idea what was up with him. They just kept putting him on all these different meds, because we all thought maybe, again, a psychotic episode, and we could stabilize him and bring him back. But it just started over the 2 years getting progressively worse. Like he wasn't feeling anything in his one side, like his leg was shuffling a bit, and eventually the doctors diagnosed him with like the Huntington's, but very progressive, because it technically in their minds has never been seen in someone so young. And boy, did it progress, because within like the last 3 years, if not sooner, he was basically a flopping vegetable. Not really, but he couldn't like talk anymore by the end of it all. He had no control over his body functions. The best way I can describe Huntington's is like Alzheimer's mixed with cerebral palsy, as you can imagine. We knew he was in there. He could still communicate. He could still get up and walk every now and then, but it was all like you had to really like have him focused, and a lot of the time he wasn't able to control his movements, and he would really hurt himself. He couldn't take care of himself. All the nurses and stuff had to do it. We spent many years trying to get him into a much better facility that could really help his needs, but we were just always met with so much run around, like years of it, and then not too long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago or something, we were finally informed that he really was severely ill and going to die, and the whole family went out to see him. We think, he wanted us all there, all of us together again after a long while. Like, I have a close-knit family, but honestly, we could be closer. And I think part of this was to show us that, and I truly hope it comes true. Like, I love my family. And I really try to be as connected as I'm allowed, but I can't make everyone's decisions for them, so it is what it is. But I've always been that way. Anyway, so we all went out, and basically he wasn't eating, and he's been so depressed in that hospital all by himself for so long, and because most of us don't live there, so it was quite difficult for us to always go up to the city and visit him, which, all regrets, of course, but everything happens the way it's supposed to, and I think he was just ready. He didn't want to live any more years in that kind of suffering state, and basically he was at the point where he couldn't swallow properly, and the food could go into your lungs and you can get extremely sick, like with pneumonia and whatever else. And again, even when you do get him to eat, which we did when we all got up there, honestly, you guys, like when you're with family, never just always believe in the power of energy and love, because all of us there truly, it felt like we brought him back. Like when we showed up, the doctors and them were very sure that he was on his way out. So we all showed up, we were all there, and then we would try to encourage him to eat, and we would help, and we would just all that amazing energy really brought his spirits up. Like, we could see him again, even though he's, in a broken body kind of idea, and he was joking with us in his way, and we were making fun of our uncle and all that stuff, and he could say words every now and then, like sometimes a full sentence would come out, like, I love you. That was the last thing he said to me, actually, which I'm so grateful for, truly. I'm trying not to mess up my makeup. I got all pretty today just for him. I'm trying to feel like myself again. But basically, he was doing better. He was eating. He was communicating in his way. He was being put on morphine, so his jerking around didn't affect him so much, and he seemed a lot calmer and happier, my grandmother said. My grandmother stayed there for an entire week, and then she came back down, and then spent a week at home, and then she was on her way today to go back up there because we had finally, after like years of no answers, no proper communication, no nothing, we finally had a place for him here in the city that we live in. And we all went to go see it, and it was beautiful. And we were just so grateful that he was going to be in a place that was so clean, and they had the right staff to take care of him. And he was so close, so we could go visit him, even if he only had 5 years left. We were ready to just be there with him, and just so grateful that he would be in a wonderful place in his end years. And then on top of that, all over the world, Huntington's is now getting a slight cure of 75% slow rate of effectiveness through this drug and this trial drug. And it just felt so hopeful to know that he was coming here, that there was a cure on the way, in a sense. But he wasn't having it. Nope. My grandmother was going to go up. She went up there to the city today. She was going to spend another week with him. They were hoping to get him into this place out here by October 1st. And on her way there, we were called or whatnot through family that he had passed away this morning. I guess the nurses went in and fed him and everything, and then he was choking or something, and they went to go get help, and by the time they came back, he had gone. So anyone that can relate, my biggest everything. The only thing I can think is that he didn't want anyone there. Even my sister was feeling like a little guilty because she this whole week wanted to go see him and visit him, make sure he was doing okay and stuff, but life gets in the way. And I just personally see it that he didn't want anyone there. It's almost like he kept my sister away. It's almost like he knew my grandmother was on her way today, and he's like, I'm sorry, Grandma, but I gotta go, and you can't be here. And same with the nurses. Like, they weren't even there to literally watch him take his last breath. So I just feel like that was his way of being like, I love you guys. I am grateful that we are getting closer to this cure and this and that, but I just can't and don't want to live like this anymore. I'm 32 years old and I have no control, and I'm locked inside my mind. If not, I'm just a floating spirit next to a broken body, you know? And he would always be the first to an after party, you best believe. And what's a bigger after party than the afterlife? Keyword, life. Just remember that. We are all just souls here to come down and learn and grow and teach. I still don't quite understand or know why, of course. We never will. But there is a reason and a blessing behind everything that's happened. It's just hard because it's unfair. Life can be so unfair, and cruel it feels. But it's all a weird. Life is weird. I'm still processing, so Anyway, I I don't know if I'll post the song, but because I think I sound like shit. But I just wanted to know that I loved him and I miss him. So even if I do post it and I sound like shit, just please be a little bit kind if you can. I've never tried to sing a full song before, so that's also what I'm attempting, is just trying to put something completely out there. Anyway, I love all of you that may be watching. Stay strong. Try to find the positive light in every situation. Try to celebrate the life that they lived. Try to live the life they could have lived for them. And always remember that they're right with you. Right with you. Fuck. It's 2 people now I've lost in the last 2 years, so. Whatever, universe. I pray for no more of this pain, please. And I just ask you to have fun up there, Jared. We love you so much, and you're so missed. So missed. Bye.